This is the first time ever I have been live on two platforms. I am live, that's why you can kind of see my phone right here. I am live on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? You in the tube. I'm also live on Facebook or on TikTok. I got to use my platforms for something good. I mean, I've always used YouTube platform to teach about trucking, and that kind of went away. Now I'm using it for, and I've used it for a little bit of like also like some moral support, because a lot of people have been following me on YouTube for a while. And for you guys that are on TikTok, you can either finish watching me here, or you can go over to my YouTube. On TikTok, I am the Nip34. On YouTube, I am just Nip34. Not just, but Nip34. So Nip34 on YouTube, the Nip34 on TikTok. But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm trying to do a call to action. I don't know if this thing needs my voice, my thing or not, but I'm trying to do a call to action. Call to action be: I have changed my soapbox. My soapbox on TikTok is no longer being fun or funny, or at least I think I'm fun or funny. YouTube, no longer talking about trucking. I am talking about the injustice that we are subject to in family court. And whatever your family court issue may be, whether you're there for divorce or your child custody, and I am not picking sides on either one. Like I have decided. Sorry, TikTok, if you can't hear me. But I have decided that this affects everyone. I don't even know what camera to talk to. Which one to talk to. But I believe it's either 50 or 51% of marriages end of divorce. So therefore, divorce is a big business. Big business. I've done very little research. I'm trying to start this grassroots effort to get other people involved in this, because 50 to 51% of anything is a lot. I mean, I like trading stocks, and if you can have a 51% win strategy, you're doing pretty good. I mean, if it's 50% of anything, that's cool. There's a green, Army green F-150. It was on a car hauler, and it's got F-51 on the side of it, like a sticker. But anyway, it was cool. So if we had a 51% fail rate when it came to school and college, there would be a problem. So 51% of students either failed in grade school or college, we'd have a problem with that. We'd be calling for action. If you had a 50% chance of getting the correct pizza you ordered, we would have a problem with that. If you had a 50% chance of getting the correct child when you went to the hospital and delivered this child, you had a 51% chance of getting the correct one, the one that came out of your body if you're female, you'd have a problem with that. If 51% or 50% of new car sales, 50% of them, broke in 6 months, we'd have a problem with that. If 50%, if your paycheck was correct 51% of the time, we would have a problem with that. Or 50% of the time. I mean, we won 100% on that one. If you were late to work 50% of the time, your boss or your employer would have a problem with that. If 51% of the eggs that we make for breakfast actually had yolk in them and not a whole chicken or almost chicken, and I figured out which one came first, the chicken or the egg. For a long time, I thought they both arrived at the same time. Now the egg came first. That was hard for me to swallow, but the egg came first. I'll explain that if you guys want me to. Actually, I'm going to explain it anyway. Okay, so TikTok. You guys don't know me like my peeps over here on YouTube. I have the inability to maintain focus on something. What was that? You can do something on it. What does that do? Swipe to what? See, here we go. It's already happening. I don't know what that is. Go back. Anyway. Yeah, I have the inability to maintain focus on something. ADHD is fun for me. And I'm self-diagnosed. So, I mean, I'm not making fun of me, but I honestly think I have ADHD. But I kind of enjoy it. But anyway. But the chicken and egg. So the chicken, or I say the egg arrived first, because I used to say they both were at the same time. I used to say it is what it is. Like a chicken's a chicken, an egg's an egg. So therefore they arrived at the same time. Not true. You have evolution, or evolution, wherever you're from. And so therefore the chicken arrived, or the egg arrived before the chicken. And my argument to that is, when there were no chickens, there was that thing that become a chicken inside the egg. And the egg didn't arrive until the chicken didn't arrive until the egg was hatched. So therefore, and because there were eggs before there was this first thing that came out was a chicken. So therefore the chicken, against my popular belief, the chicken came first before the egg. But anyway, so back to the 50% thing. So I'm a truck driver. Well, my girlfriend is. I used to be a truck driver. But if I got my loads on time, 50%, or if I got my loads to their destination 50% of the time, or if all truck drivers got their loads there 50% of the time, for you guys TikTok and non-truckers would know. Hey, thanks for that thumbs up, whoever did that. Appreciate it. Share it, thumbs up. I'm trying to do grassroots here. I'm trying to put people together, trying to get some people that are much smarter at things than I am. I personally just think I'm a good personality, even though I'm like a Z-lister. I'm not an A-lister. Definitely not a C-lister. I'm like a Z-lister. I might be even negative Z-lister. I'm a little bit famous. Just maybe like a little bit. Like, it's been known to happen to me and be in random places and people recognize me. So, anywho. So, with this grassroots effort, no matter if you, 51%, 51% of people that got married got divorced. There's notable, you had Tiger Woods, he's been divorced. You got Mr. Beast, which is on YouTube. My son watches him. He just got divorced. What's that one dude that does game shows that's always on the TV, whatever? A lot of people get divorced. So therefore, I know there are people out there that can help me with this grassroots effort. I'll be the front man. I have no problem with talking. I'm pretty damn good at it. If I could stay focused long enough. But there's things I can't do, like lawyer stuff. Like, I should have been a lawyer. Now that I'm older and I rethink about it, but I didn't. was a stupid entrepreneur. One thing I can say is that, oh yeah, guys, I'm working on a video to explain how we got here. It's just, there's a lot of personal stuff in there. I was about as honest as I could possibly be in making this video. I mean, it's super freaking honest. And I mean, you guys that have been following me on YouTube, you guys know that I'm pretty damn honest. I just put it out there. Whatever. It is what it is. That is a very hard video to make. For my new people that are into TikTok, go to YouTube, look me up. I'm Nip34 on there instead of the Nip34 here. On YouTube, I'm Nip34. And for you new people, NIP stands for nothing in particular, because when I first started making YouTube videos, I wasn't into anything particular. And then when people ask me to spell particular, I'm a numbers guy. Spelling not my thing. It's not my thing at all. Like, spelling is stupid. It's just downright stupid. And I follow that guy on TikTok that does his spelling videos, and spelling is downright stupid. Like, we don't need that many twos. We need 1, 2. Yeah. Anyway, so whatever. So I couldn't spell in particular, whatever it is. And people would ask me to spell it, and I'd be like, I don't know. So I figured I would abbreviate it and make a NIP, which stands for nothing in particular. So that's where the NIP comes from. And I tend to forget where I was at, so if somebody wants to, hey, well, yeah, the video. So I am working on the video, and I'm probably gonna make it a couple part series, because it is a very, very difficult video for myself to make, just personally. No matter how open and honest I am, I made like a brief video already, and it was tough. It was super tough to talk about a lot of things that I talk about on that video. But back to this grassroots effort, and why you guys see this soapbox thing, I don't know. I got a few ideas where we're going to make this, or where we're going to name this movement, but right now I'm just standing on my soapbox. And the only way we're going to change the big business of divorce, and when I say big business, I mean we're talking like, I think it's like $50 billion a year that generates, the divorce generates. And I'm not fighting against divorce. I mean, that could be someone else's fight. I'll be more than happy to be a part of it, but that's just not my fight. I mean, there's other stuff involved in that. And I see this question, and I'll get to it in a second. As soon as Melanie Martinez. Who the hell is Melanie Martinez? Hey, Julie.
Yeah.
Can you search Melody Martinez? And what happened? Because somebody's asked me what's your opinion on Melanie Martinez. I'm gonna find out. It might be something I know about and just don't know the name. But so yeah, so the actual divorce is not my fight. It's not my soapbox. My fight is the injustice which is going on in our court system. And the only ones that are going to change this is you and me. We're the only ones. Because trust me, I mean, there are a few. I've watched the movie. It's on YouTube. It's about divorce, whatever the hell it's called. Where they go against Big Pharma, or not Big Pharma, but the divorce thing. And there are a few lawyers out there that are willing to rock the boat, because when you rock the boat and you're an attorney, no matter how fair you may personally think it is, but you learn the game and you play it. But there are some attorneys out there that are just not okay with that being the status quo. I'm willing to start this fight. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this fight. I'm gonna go more into the story. I mean, for you guys here that are on, I mean, everybody on YouTube pretty much knows the story, but I'll kind of give you a synopsis of what's going on with me. And I mean, like I said, go to YouTube. There's a big, I mean, most of my lives are like an hour long anyway because I talk too much. But basically, what happened, I lay it out there. Got married at 30. Didn't do it young because I knew that would be a bad idea to get married young. For myself, I'm not saying for everyone. And I'm having a real hard time sticking up for marriage in general. Really hard time with it. But waited until I was 30 because I needed to go through my 20s. Anybody that has made it through their 20s, they were fun, but they were not. It was dangerous. It was fun, but definitely dangerous. Did you find anything on that, Mark?
It says it's songwriter.
I don't know, but I will definitely look into this. Sorry, I can't give any insight to your question. But got married at 20. I love telling the fun part of my marriage. The happy-go-lucky part of it. I was on my way one night to a bike week. Got on my bike and was driving to the bike week, came up to a stop sign, had my helmet on, and I looked over and when you're in a bike or in a semi truck or whatever, you can kind of see in people's cars. So if you didn't know that, truck drivers can see in your cars. But from the bike, the same thing. So I look over and there's this girl, low cut shirt on, and 100% honesty, I was being 100% guy there, and I was looking like at her cleavage. That's what would happen. So she gives me the what's up, and I give her the like, oh, okay. And then as soon as we did that, the light changed. She was in the turning lane to make a left. I was in the go straight lane. So I went down, turned around, came back, and I was standing like up on my bike, like looking around for her, and there she was. And long story short, I think we both admitted to each other that either one of us was supposed to be just a Mr. or Mrs. right now, and that turned into a marriage. And the best part of that whole story is I was Mr. Joe Cool back then, and I had business cards because I was in real estate, and I was a man. I had business cards. I had more than one vehicle and a motorcycle. I was a man. And so I'm Mr. Cool, pull out one of my business cards, hand it to her, and she looks at the business card. I love this story. She looks at the business card. She says, "I have a daughter. Do you want this back?" And I was like, "No, I'm cool. Like, yeah, there's a reason. Like, I always wanted to be a stepdad." And my girlfriend now, she gave me a new phrase, and I'm gonna take it for her. Stepdad should be called step-up daddies. That's what she called her stepfather. It was a step-up daddy. Did I say that right?
Yes, babe.
And I think that's really cool. That kind of sums up, what a good stepfather is. We're a step-up daddy. We weren't there, and the funny thing I tell everybody is with my daughter, I was there with it through everything, except for the fun part. And for us over 18-year-old, what the fun part was. So, but everything else I was there for. I was there, for the first boyfriend, the first breakup. I was there for the first period. I was there, I taught her softball. I coached her softball team for about 4 years, which was probably one of the highlights of my life. I mean, obviously my kids are the absolute highlight of my life, but I truly enjoyed coaching. I even have a tattoo on my leg that says I teach my girls to hit and steal. That was a fun time. But anyway, I found that to be funny when I did it. So so anyway, so yeah, we get married, whatever, yada yada. You know, there were some rocky things. I did some bad things. You know, we were able to work through it. I go more into it in this video that I'm working on, kind of giving you guys a cliff notes. And I'm not gonna be, you know, like all the videos I find on TikTok, you know, everybody, it seems like they're trying to villainize, if that's the right word, the other person. And I'm not trying to villainize. And it's something, and trust me, all this stuff I'm saying right now, I'm saying my girlfriend's right back there in a sleeper, I'm saying it right in front of her. There's no shame in my game. I'm honest. I'm who I am. I will forever be in love with the person that I married and created a child with. Forever. For the rest of my life. That love is unbreakable. Yeah, let's go with that. Unbreakable. The person she became, I can't stand that. Beep. Can't stand it. No. What is that saying? Wouldn't pee on you if I see you on fire? Yeah, that's that purchase game. But I mean, people grow up, and people, I guess, grow apart because they become two different people and whatever, all that fun stuff. So after that, she was, I think she was living, she was living with her mother. I had, at that point, I'd never owned a house, so I owned houses, but I never owned, like, as investments with some friends of mine, or they really weren't friends. They were my bosses that became my partners. So I think together we owned like 3 or 4 or 5 houses or something. That's a whole nother chapter in my life. So yeah, I asked her one day, I was like, hey, and I was like, you want to move in together? She's like, sure. So we went out and looked at a house, and the first house we looked at, we got an offer. I put the offer in on Friday, and at the point I was a real estate agent and a mortgage broker, and I got a dip in, so that's what you're seeing down here. But anyway, and a mortgage broker, and so I got that loan didn't go through, and I'm pretty sure that's something to do with the color of my skin, because after the guy's like, oh yeah, I took the offer, he's like, yeah, let me give it to the owner, should get back to you on Monday. And I'm like, fine. So at that point we went, and then the place that we were going to buy a house was a pretty upper level. It was I would call it upper level middle class, because I don't believe there's only one middle class. I think there's levels of middle class. And so I'm sure the people there probably knew the owner, and they probably said, hey, this guy that's looking to buy your house, don't sell it to him. So anyway, the deal fell through. So we ended up putting another offer in a house, got that house. And so that's still where I live at now. So again, remember, I'm going to say it several times, I was not the perfect man. That perfect man and that perfect woman, and I'm going to tell this to anybody who's looking for, you know, especially if you're young and you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to find a perfect, you know, girlfriend or boyfriend. They don't exist. I mean, maybe there's some perfect human being out there, because ever since that one person ate that apple, I don't think there's been any more perfect people in the world, according to religion. But that perfect person don't exist. I mean, you gotta learn and grow and find out who you are. And for the other 49 or 50% of people that manage to make it all the way through, I don't know how that works. I don't know how they did it. Thumbs up to you. Maybe you guys struck a bargain or something. I don't know. But so the marriage went south. I'm thinking about the stuff that's emotional for me that maybe I'll leave out, and once I get the video set up and done, we'll go in that. The marriage just went south. But anyway, so that's not why we're here. I'm just told you guys that little bit of story just to say that, hey, I'm not perfect. Nor do I be. And I appreciate the other thumbs up. And share this video, guys. Share this video. I'm trying to get a grasp of. I need to get people together that know things, and with our powers combined, we can make changes. Because the divorce machine is not going to change. The divorce machine is not going to change itself. Not going to happen. We the people have to make the changes. And sorry, I'm going back and forth because I got two phones up. So we the people are going to be the ones that have to make the change. And I mean, a lot of people, a lot of, different things happen in marriages that make them not last. Whatever those is, everybody's going to have a different story, and everybody's got their own story. And as honest as I'm trying to make the video that I'm going to be putting out on YouTube, I'm sure there's going to be things I just forgot to say, or my ex is going to have her version of that story, and I understand that. I don't hold anything against her for that. I think personally I've become at peace with her, and now I am got my eyes set on the divorce machine. It's got to be fixed, guys. It's got to be fixed. This is when you're in a court system. There are times that during this process that lasted that almost 2 years, that I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? It would be easier to be a criminal. There, I said it. For you guys who watched my last live video, that's what I was gonna, try not to say. I think it is easier to be a criminal in America than trying to love someone and then falling out of love and getting a divorce. I mean, if you commit a crime, no matter what that crime is or was, the justice system allegedly will support you. They give you an attorney, and if you can't afford one or whatever, yada yada, bang bang. There's none of that in the divorce thing. It's really like, it's the person that wins is the person with the most money, and the person that the judge or magistrate likes or wants to work for. Because, I mean, if you didn't know this, here's what happens. So, I mean, it costs a lot of money to run an election. Like, I attempted to run for mayor, and my little $2,000 or $3,000 that I spent was nothing. Wasn't even anything. That should have been a donation, because the other two people did well over $40,000 to $50,000 themselves just to run for mayor, just for a job that can pay not nearly as much as you spend to become elected. So a judge or a magistrate can literally, let's say, he's planning on retiring in a couple, 2 or 3 years, and he decides, this one law firm that has given him a lot of campaign money. And this is all legal. Everything I'm saying right now is absolutely legal. That's why we the people must change this. We the people. We have to change this. I mean, he can literally, whichever, like, let's say he wants to go work for Malcolm and Son and Bob Dinglehopper law firm, whatever. And they give him a lot of money, because they're in this court a lot. Their attorneys are in this court a lot. So they want to look good in front of them, like, oh, you're with Bob Dingleheimer Smith and Morgan and Chase and Marathon attorney group. And there's no justice is blind. That judge or magistrate knows exactly who it is. They meet at the water fountain. They have meetings. Trust me, they talk. So he can literally retire on Friday and go work for that firm on Monday. Yeah, I said that. He can literally retire from being a judge or he or she, or toaster, or whatever they identify as, can literally quit or retire on Thursday, and on Friday or Monday go work at that law firm. Does that sound fair? I mean, that's that stuff you hear about, like I just watched a documentary today on a guy who was a good hacker. He was a hacker like back in the 80s when computers just started becoming mainstream. And now he has a nice corporate job teaching companies where their holes are in their online whatever. And so it's the same concept. And then let's say he goes and works at Morgan Chase, Marathon, Flying J, wherever he is. He doesn't like that place. He doesn't like it. Maybe, they're not paying him as much. Maybe Denny's, Flying J, Marathon, Dingleheimer Smith and company wants him to come work on it, and they're going to pay him more. So he goes there. Say he doesn't like that either. Let's say, he goes, I miss being a judge. He can go run for judge again. And he's probably going to win because he knows the game. He can go back and be a judge 2 days later if he wants to. That's not fair, guys. That's like saying, I'm going to go break in people's home and then I'm going to be a cop. And then I get tired of being a cop, then I'm going to go be a whatever is illegal, a bank robber. And then I don't want to be a bank robber anymore, so I'll just be a cop. That kind of sounds stupid to most people. At least it does to me. So there needs to be some reform. And the only people that are going to reform this is us. We the people. We're the people are the only ones that are going to be able to do it. Because trust me, a huge percent of these attorneys are not going to cut off their nose to despite their face. Not going to happen. So I have no problem dedicating the rest of my life to this cause for as long as I can. Hopefully I can get the wheels of turning. But it's got to start with you and I, guys. With the peoples. That's about all I got to say right now. But let me see if there's any messages. So, she stole my Hellcat. She stole your Hellcat? Who stole your Hellcat? That's those cars. Do you have Cash App? I personally do not and I think you're saying that Cash App. Yes, I do. But I am going to I'm going to try to dedicate as of right now, I'd like to say I'm going to dedicate all the money that I can to this fight. Depending on where my role is, things may change and I may have to do 100% of my life into this. And I may need an income personally for myself, but I can tell you this isn't going to be any like BLM. I heard something with they end up going to like buying mansions and stuff like that. So there ain't gonna be anything like that. I promise you that. So as of right now, I'm not accepting any donations. I appreciate that, but the once I name the movement, and we'll get all the stuff settled for that, I will be begging for money to help fight that fight. So welcome to my new platform, guys. Kind of sucks. I didn't want this. I mean, I was happy just making fun trucking videos and funny YouTubes, and maybe one day owning a business or something like that. That was my plan, my goal. But I guess life had a different idea of what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. So here it is. There was she stole my Hellcat. Sorry, she stole your Hellcat. Oh wait, is that because of the divorce? She took your Hellcat into the divorce? Could that be what it is? That's what I think they're saying. Or user 616 might be a phone number. Someone stop right there. When you hear my story, it was way more than a Hellcat. Trust me. She took cat. She literally took the cat. I didn't like him anyway. I'm not much of a cat person. And I got the hell. She got the cat. Maybe somebody should write a country song on that one. I got the hell. She got the cat. I love country music. So there's obviously these messages don't last forever on TikTok. So that's that for TikTok. We got anything going on the U of a tube? Chats. How about all live chats? Live chats. Why can't I see them? I know people said stuff. All messages are visible. Oh, hey, there we go. Ooh, there's a couple of them there. Enjoying the show. You and the tube. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's your TikTok? Oh, my TikTok is the Nip34. Like, I'm Nip34 on here, and I'm the Nip34 on TikTok. You diesel live streaming? Are you dual? Oh, I'm dual live streaming. Yeah, I am dual live streaming. TikTok, I did them both. LOL, have to post tips and get some insurance done. I'll check the video later. Have a great weekend, my friend. At Billy Rains. Is Billy Rains your friend? He's my friend too. Hi, Billy. Have a good weekend as well, my friend. Laid eggs. Thanks. Wait. God created the chicken and it laid eggs. That I mean, if you believe that scenario, yes, that's exactly what happened. God made eggs, God made chicken laid the egg, and we have chickens now. But that's it, guys. This is going to be a short one for me, less than 40 minutes. But as always, guys, I'm going to tell you, I might have to get another little catchphrase ending things because there ain't going to be much keeping the left door closed, right foot down, only when it's safe. But I'm ending it there, guys. Share this video, let your friends know. TikTok, go find me on YouTube. I am the Nip34 on there. I don't know if you're allowed to say this or not, but I am the Nip34, and on TikTok I am Nip34. Dual streaming. As always, guys, peace. How do I end these? Let's see. And what's that button? And now, I think we're done with TikTok. YouTube, love you guys. Thanks. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?